G'day, welcome to Epic E-Bikes. Today we've got two Trek Rail 7 e-bikes here we're going to unlock. We're going to use the E Plus advanced chip to unlock these bikes. It's compatible with the latest Bosch 85Nm update. It also performs a special anti-tuning countdown at the end of each ride, so please watch to the end so you understand how to use the chip, especially if you've installed it yourself. So we'll show you how to install it. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe to help us do some more. Thanks. Okay, in order to remove the chip, we've got to remove this bash guard. We're going to take off the rear wheel to get access to these Allen keys. You can do it without taking off the rear wheel, but it is just more difficult. Okay, we've shifted the bike into the lowest gear, undone the axle. There we go, rear wheel is removed. Okay, first step, we'll take out these two front Allen keys. Then we'll move on to the ones at the rear. Once they're removed, we can lift off the bash guard. Unfortunately, I pressed the photograph button instead of the video record button for the next section, so I don't have footage for this particular bike installing the chip, so I'm going to show you footage from a Trek Powerfly 4. The procedure is identical here, it's just a different colour of bike we're looking at, and then we'll come back to this bike once I've shown how to install the chip. Okay, now that we've got the bash guard off, we've got access to the motor connectors. Okay, so under here we can see it's the main motor connector with 4 pins. That one there. Pull that one out. And then on this model we see there's 3 plugs with red and black connectors. This one here is the one that we need for the chip. It's got a light grey plug. To show you the other ones, this middle one, it's got a blue plug. We don't want that one. This third one has a black plug. We don't want that one either. So the light grey one's the one we need. We'll grab our E Plus chip here. We'll get our main motor connector. These can only plug in one way, so you can't get it wrong. So if you plug it in and it doesn't work, just flip it over, click in. Then we'll do the same with the light grey plug. Put it where the other light grey plug came out. Okay, next we're going to get our little connectors here. We're going to plug the main motor cable from the chip into it, and then the main motor cable from the bike into the other side. You want to be careful the pins line up, so if you feel too much resistance, it's worth checking, not pushing too hard. It should slide in fairly easily and make a little click. And you want to make sure that the yellow matches the yellow and the red matches the red, and you've got those wires, or the plugs the right way around. We'll do the same with the light grey plug. We'll grab the chip plug. We'll line up the little tab on the plug with the hole on the connector. Click that in. Do the same with the bike connector. There we go. In this case, you want to make sure that the red matches the white and the black matches the black. Okay, now that's all done, we can turn the bike on to confirm that we've done it right. Both the red and green LED will light up and then turn off. Okay, and that indicates that it's right. If we press the walk button now, you can see the red LEDs flashing. That means the chip is active. In the case of the advanced chip, this will work once or twice before it requires you to go into the mobile app and unlock the speed before it will work properly. Okay, this is the best fit I've got so far. I've got the large connector here, small connector there, chip wire coming over the motor and around the back and into the front tube. Now gently fit that bash guard. Okay. Found the best way to get it on is to push it forward, get these front two started. They're the hardest to get in. Hardly any room. And then the back sits pretty nicely once the front two are in. You can put a bit of pressure on it and you hear it's quite tight. It'll move from side to side, which allows you to get those back screws in relatively easily. So we'll screw in the rest of the front ones. Just need to be firm, they don't need to be super tight. Don't want to damage the aluminium threading. Okay, ready to put those last two in. Okay, last steps, put the wheel back in. Okay, now we can take it for a test ride. Okay, in order to activate your chip, turn on the bike. Okay, if it's a standard chip, there's no need to connect an app or anything. You can just press the walk button, say 2.2. That means the chip's active. You need to do this each time you turn on the bike. When you turn off the bike, the chip automatically deactivates. If you press the walk button again, see it says 1.1. That means the chip's now off and the 25 limit is back. Okay, if you have the advanced chip, you can activate it this way a few times, but eventually it will say 0.2 and it won't activate. The reason for this is you need to activate it through the application once before using it continually as normal. So you download the E+ tuning application. Once it's installed, you open it. And you can see the main screen has racing, then there's a tuning screen, there's an account details screen, and then a scanning screen. You need to make sure your Bluetooth, location services, and Wi-Fi are all on. Then you scan to find the chip. See here, RN4678, this is our chip. Here we go, we're connected to the chip now. On the racing page, you can see our speed's 25. None of the features are activated. First time you activate this speed unlock feature, it's going to ask you to pay €1. I've already done that, so for me it lets me do it. The max speed is 75. You can set it to 35, 50 or 75. Here is a code immobilizer function. This function allows you to lock the bike, so if you activate this, now the bike will offer no assistance until either someone takes it to a Bosch dealer to have it looked at, or till you unlock it with the code immobilizer here. Okay, on the next screen, here's the tuning. So here is the original settings. You can click that to load the original bike settings. So then there's the E+ mappings, so from Eco, Urban, Touring, Enduro, Trial and Race. Race is the fastest setting and then from there it goes back. Here you can have custom settings, your own maps, so you click on the map. And then you can adjust the level of assistance in each speed bracket up to 35 kilometers an hour. So if you want just absolute maximum power, have them all at the top. But say you don't need much power on the lower speed, you can turn them down, you'll conserve battery in that lower end, and you can use that power when you're going faster. So you can set all sorts of custom maps, you just click them and they load. It's as simple as that. And they're the features of the advanced app. Okay, the anti-compensation feature works in the following way. When you ride the bike, everything will display as normal. If you stop at the traffic lights for an extended period or stop riding for a little while, you'll notice here when the speedo says 0, on this side it'll maybe say 0.9, 0.8, 0.7 and it'll start to flicker down like a countdown. Occasionally it may display itself as just random speeds going on the screen for a little bit. just 22, 13, 7. When it's doing this, what it's doing is compensating the kilometers traveled and making it match up so that Bosch doesn't understand that there's been a chip installed, so you don't get that 504 error. The way this works is it's important to, at the end of the ride, just let that countdown complete. So when it says 0, 0 like this, the countdown's done, you can turn off the bike. It doesn't matter if, say, you're at the traffic lights, the countdown starts, you can just start riding again. It's only at the end of the ride you have to let that countdown complete. If you don't let the countdown complete, eventually you will get a 504 error. Once this occurs, you need to drop the battery or ride unassisted for a set amount of time to get the error to clear. And then once it's happened once, even if you follow the countdown, it is more likely to happen again. So the best way to manage it is just to not interrupt that countdown, let it complete every time you do your rides.